Welcome to 3LW TV. I'm Lonnell Williams on location in Atlanta, Georgia. And my special guest today is none other than the one and only Alexyss K Tylor. Welcome.
Vagina power!
What's going on? We got a hair care line to talk about. We got a documentary.
Book, the Sci Fi Sex Thriller.
And your thriller. I mean, you've really been busy.
I didn't have no choice, Lonnell, because it's like, if I've dealt with a lot. I'm sure you know, but a lot of people probably don't know. Like a lot of controversy and being ostracized and not really being included in the cliques. So I've seen a lot of other people probably do less than I've done, but then they get opportunities. You see them all over the place. So it didn't happen that way for me. So what I had to do is create my own.
One of the questions I get most often about people ask me about you is if you consider yourself, are you lesbian, are you gay, straight, bi? What are you at this point in your journey?
I think probably at this point, because I've been like kind of practicing celibacy for a long time. Because I really wanted to find myself, and at one point it was a struggle. Because I didn't know what I was going to be or like which one I wanted to be. At first I thought I wanted to be a lesbian and just spend my life with women. I thought that's just the way that it is. I feel this kindred, spirit and connection with these women. And then once I was with a man, it's like, wow, I thought that was so awful. It's not so awful. And then I see there are men that can have that masculine and feminine energy balance with them. So you feel that feminine side of them, that softness, but you also feel that man side of them too, like to give you that balance. I'm like, okay, so I like the men. So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was just flip-flopping. But now I think it's like, I like men. I would like to be in a relationship, a long-term relationship with a man. But I was thinking about that the other day, and I said, well, what does that make me though? Because people say once, always. So it's like if you've been with two sexes before, that means that you're always bisexual. Does that mean you're always bisexual?
I don't know about being bisexual. I don't know my damn thing.
I've been working on my sci-fi sex thriller, and this will be volume 1 of my sex thriller, and I'm excited because I'm the main character in the book. Supernova Sloan, the hip-hop medicine man. We are both like superheroes of color in the book. It's a spiritual sexual book. My character, what happened to me is like I was human. Well, first I came in like as a goddess energy. There were no humans. And Supernova's character is like the masculine part of the feminine goddess energy, but we lost each other through reincarnations. So when I reincarnated in one life, something happened to me because like my enemies were trying to destroy me. So they thought they killed me, but then the scientist came and he said, no, we can save her. So he did these surgeries on me, and he like turned me into like a vampire, werewolf, human hybrid. So in the story, I actually like cannibalize. I bite people. Why did you? Like you were interested at first. You were like, God damn. Your ass is your first chakra, and that's one of the most powerful ways to open somebody up on a mental, emotional, spiritual level and turn them out by fucking them in the ass. Because a lot of these niggas know that that's one of the keys to keep their bitch in check or to get her under control or subdue her, fucking her in the ass. And it's a lot of women, black women, I'm not going to discuss it, but a lot of black women are turned down on getting fucked in the ass because they saying they come harder in their pussy by being fucked in the ass, or they prefer anal sex over vaginal sex, or that's what their man wants. And it's like you have all these nerves, which are like meridians also. Meridian points in the body that move from your asshole all the way up your spine into your brain. So that's why a lot of people get fucked in the ass. Nigga hit them off right and hitting them corners and shit, or hit that prostate right, knock on that motherfucking door, motherfucker come so hard he think he done seen God. That dick is God.
So now you've launched this new hair care line, Alexyss K Tylor. Why don't you tell us about some of the products that you brought for us today?
I love the deep conditioner, the peppermint
conditioner. Peppermint, yes, that one's so good.
Because it's got real essential oils in here.
Yes.
We use everything that is real.
It says castor oil, jojoba oil, olive oil, peppermint. I mean, peppermint oil, this is like, yeah, you eat this stuff. I mean,
you can, because I'm in love with the cocoa butter, like the whipped shea butter, cocoa butter mix. It smells so good. It's like it makes you, it kind of reminds me of chocolate.
Okay.
Like when you smell that cocoa butter, I wonder, do they get the cocoa or something from the chocolate? These are like they have DHT blockers in them. And the DHT is the hormone that causes male and female pattern baldness. And it makes the hair like lift up, and it's easy for the hair to fall out. So this will stop your hair from shedding and falling, even if it's balding. I know because because it has sulfur in the DHT blocker. It'll stop the hair from falling, breaking, and shedding from the root, and it will anchor the hair into the root. Because it's about health, and it's about 360 degrees of vagina power and penis power and balancing yourself. But we have to know about proper diet and nutrition, and not just external beautification.
What do you think of the whole Eddie Long scandal?
I mean, I think it's possible because I grew up seeing preachers, male preachers having sex with boys, and homosexual preachers who would marry a woman and then the woman a dyke. So, you know, she eating pussy on Saturday and he sucking dick on Sunday. In between the damn
That's our Alexyss.
I'm seeing this and we couldn't say anything. We behind the scenes.
Right.
So we're not in the front of the congregation. They worshiping these people, and then kids are in the congregation and women in the congregation that they done slept with, and they're hurt, and they're secretly hurt. And then you see a little boy twisting his ass, twisting and strutting across. Oh, get his sis ass out of here, because you don't want nobody to know the preacher fucked him first. You don't want him to tell on your preacher. This is an abomination. This can't be in here. Don't show that. Hide that. There's something that we don't want to know. That's unnatural. But you don't want to deal with the fact that this little boy is like that because you gave him. You know, you negotiated in some type of way. You gave him to the preacher. So I don't think that it's highly unlikely. What's sickening to me is a sickness in our women, because we sacrifice our sons because we love these preachers. And they don't want to tell. And so I feel like the boys should start telling more.
So you think the mothers know in a lot of cases?
I know the mothers know because they are so in love with the preacher, and they look at this preacher and his money and his cars and his clothes and his things, and they want adulation and recognition from the preacher, and they don't think much of themselves, and they don't respect their children, because a lot of times they're single parents. The daddy didn't want them. They feel like they don't have a man because now they stuck with these children or this boy. They feel broken and worthless. So now this preacher and in this church, and he acknowledges them because of their money and because of their free service, to get close to them or to have those things and that acceptance from him. Yes, a lot of women will prostitute their sons or their children, their daughters.
With all the sins that are out there, you know, why do you think many black churches, in particular black churches, why do you think many of them are just so hell-bent on like homosexuality being like the ultimate sin?
Well, we were all taught that it was a sin. You know, even growing up down here in the Bible, and it says that, you know, and when I was in my lesbian relationships and my bisexual relationships, I knew that I wasn't welcome in the church, and I wasn't loved by the church, but I knew that a lot of the preachers secretly struggled with homosexuality themselves, but they know that I'm not going to get that paper every Sunday in them little jets, them Lear jets and them limousines, if I come out and say that I struggle with being with men and women, or if I really want to be with men, because we know that those women support that church. They make that preacher rich. So if I'm true to myself and I say give a message of love and acceptance of everybody, I'm going to lose my status. I'm going to lose my recognition and respect in the black community as a real man, as a whole man. Sure, I'll have a large gay following to support me, and probably a lot of the straight, so-called straight people in here will still love me and support me. But you know the stigma that is attached to that. You know Eddie Long would never, and I wasn't surprised that man is not going to come out and say that he's gay or that he fuck boys sometimes, because he knows what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. A lot of his stuff, he's going to be demoted, and you can't never get that recognition back. So I think it's because we're taught that this is not something we're supposed to accept. But then at the same time, a big sin is fornication and idolatry. So even heterosexuals cheating, that is still a big sin. But like you said, they don't really put as much emphasis on that. They sneak and participate in that behavior and ruin a lot of women's lives with that shit. So I don't know. I don't think one sin is worse than the other, because a lot of men are using the damn church just like it's a strip club or a nightclub. They picking people up to screw. So is that better? That a man is doing it to a woman as opposed to a man being with a man? It's not better.
When I walked in that day, Alexyss gives me a big hug, and then she hands me these documents. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't come here to read a book. I came to like say, she said, read this. And the first thing you handed me was a coroner's report. And the second thing was the police report. And I could not believe what I was reading. And I really couldn't believe it was the person that it was your mom, basically. That was the main subject in a lot of this stuff. And it was just so painful to me. So I mean, what finally brought you to the point where you were ready to discuss a lot of things in your documentary?
To be honest with you, I always wanted to tell. But we grew up down here, down south, and the family I was in teaches you to protect basically the abuser. So if your mother's abusing you, that's your mother. And that's also a minister. So this is God's servant. You look what you would do. You look at all these people in her congregation. You would mess up her church. It would close down. You would get her to go to jail, and then you would not be with us anymore. You would go to foster care, and you would create all of this negativity around the family. You want to shame the family? No, baby, it'll be all right. Jesus, just put it in Jesus' hand and trust Jesus, and Jesus will fix it by and by. Now go on back home, and I won't tell nobody that you told me, and you get some more beatings, or you watch your brother get beat up, or you watch your half sister get beat up, and just pray.
Was there sexual abuse too?
Not in the house with my mother and her husband, but when I was little, like at my grandmother's house, by my older cousins. And of course, when I told my mother about it, she said that it was my fault, that I was lying. I was like 8. That if it was my fault, why would I tell?
Right.
Yeah, I was a little kid. I didn't know anything about that, but I just kind of sensed that them touching me and fondling me and making me take off my clothes. I knew that was wrong. So I was like, I can't wait till my mom get home. I can't wait till my mom get to my grandma's house. So as soon as she gets there, I tell her, and I'm like, they're outside. This is what they did to me. Aren't you going to go say something? And she was like, no, I'm not going to say anything because it's your fault. You're hot, you fetch, you deserve it. So it's like with her, once we lived with her, it was more spiritual, psychological, mental, emotional, and then the physical. It's like the whippings were assaults. We have the whole church rallying around an abuser who's also in a prominent position, a respected person that's an authority person, and in the black community, the preacher's like God, or like the second connection or in command to God, and they worship and respect them, and you got all these members who don't see what you see.
Right.
Oh, I love her. Oh, you're so lucky. She's so blessed and she's so anointed. Oh, what a woman of God. That's what they see. So I couldn't say that to them. I don't have a problem with a man being gay or bisexual or even a hoe. Just be an honest, polite hoe.
Just own it.
Be a polite hoe. Be a considerate hoe. Tell me that you want to get in my pussy for the night only. You won't get it, but we'll still be cool though. Be a hoe with sensitivity. Yeah.
Words of wisdom from Alexyss K Tylor. How long have you been celibate?
For like 5 years.
Do you masturbate?
Sometimes.
I was gonna say, 'cause I'm like, well, I mean, you gotta have some type of.
But you know what? It's not an issue to me because it's like a form of masturbation is creating this. That's what people don't, and creating my sci-fi books and creating my new TV shows and documentaries. Many times people try to compensate for that void of not having the right mother, the father, the love with giving out a lot of fucking, giving out a lot of the energy in the first chakra. So all my relationships, even with women, was fucked up. So I decided to refrain. And it's just like breathing air in when I feel a lot of times that heat from the first chakra or wanting to fuck, just pull it up through the 7th chakra. Bring all of it between my ears instead of between my hips. Because the same sexual energy that's creative and will drive you to get a sex partner is the same creative force, mental, emotional, spiritual, sexual force that you pull up. Redirect that energy, distract it from your puss and your ass, and use it to create something else that's still a product of spiritual sexual energy.
But how do I do that when I see somebody that's fine, I'm horny, I haven't, had it, and you telling me,
pull it off.
I'm trying to fuck, and you telling me go create some hair products.
Do a show.
Okay. Talking about redirect. I was like, I ain't trying to redirect. I was trying to hit it.
That should be so hard. You can't really be so strong. You can't really redirect it sometimes. That's what you're saying.
But really, I think, I do understand that because as long as I have actually gone a whole year, I had 5
that
years
is
for that,
good
but
for
I have gone a whole year. That's been a while, but
and that's good. That's why you're so beautiful. You're so balanced.
But I also had to hit kind of like an emotional bottom to decide like, well, wait a minute, what am I doing? Because if I keep going down this path, it's going to be destructive. So that was for me why I had to kind of pull back. And before I knew it, the year had actually passed. So I kind of understand that. I don't know about 5 years, but if you could do one, why not 5? I'm out here in the public a lot, and then I'm a woman. So that wouldn't look good if I couldn't control my ass and my energy, and I'm meeting a lot of people, I'm doing lectures and I'm traveling, and then I'm damn fucking every damn city I go in. People do it, and they're into group sex is popular now, swinging is hot. But I just don't think that's the way my spirits brought me here to manifest their work. You see what I'm saying? Who's going to take me seriously? I'm talking about, they already get enough, jokes and criticism around what I do. But then on top of that, I'm speaking about spiritual sexuality, and then anybody can get in my ass at any time. So I think I had to carry myself differently, to be taken seriously with such a provocative, very erotic subject. And then you know how I just come out and say, damn, pussy, dick, fucking stuff. Damn, I wish I had a prostate, so I can feel this stuff these men are feeling, get turned up. And I'm realizing, no, we can feel the same sensation with the ass fucking. And I'm like, the women are really getting addicted to something deep and spiritual and magical about that feeling and the orgasm from it. And a lot of people get like enslaved or feel like I'm in love with this man because of what he's making me feel. So it's a deep spiritual
energy that's tied into the sex, and even the fisting. There are a lot of men that like to be fisted, women too.
I mean, when you think like something like that, trying to go through that.
No, what they do, they get lard or really thick lubricant in a plastic glove, especially to avoid bacterial disease. And they start with one finger. So you manipulate and you work that one finger, and then you add a second finger, and then you add a third. So no, they can't just, unless you just really wide already. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a whole nother problem.
Ooh, yeah, I've been hearing about them type of damn booty pussies, honey. Said them motherfuckers, I mean, it's just loose and sloppy booty pussies. What's your ass?
I'm just like, well, that's Do you think that being gay is a choice, or that it is something that you're born that way, it's natural?
I think it's both. I think that you can be born that way and not help it, because like it is the way your hormones are programmed when you're pregnant, when a woman is pregnant. So sometimes a man can be like having more estrogen and feel more feminine. He can't control that. He can help to balance it out, or decide, am I going to be a male and be gay and feminine, or am I going to take the hormones? Am I going to get the sex change? He's fighting with something he had no control over. I think a lot of times, like, you get caught up when you try it, and you realize, wow, I like this feeling. I know this was taboo or wrong, but now I'm a man and I've been with this man and I can't describe it, but there's a deep bond of connection and a sexual excitement and an intimacy that I never felt with a woman, or I feel just as much or deeper with a man. And now I don't know what I'm going to do, or this nigga sucked my dick, and he sucked it better than this bitch I know. And he put more into it and more energy. So now I like to be with bitches, but I like niggas to suck my dick. Just like that damn DJ up there they caught up in New York a couple days ago. Man, that nigga been doing that shit. That's what I'm saying. That he been doing that motherfucking shit, and it's like a fad. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas been had that as a fad. Well, I'm straight and I like women, but sometimes I like to let a sister suck my dick. Look like a woman, got his hair done, and it ain't really no big deal. It ain't serious. I mean, he just sucking my dick. So in their mind, they not gay and they don't sleep with men. You see what I'm saying? They can compartmentalize that shit in their mind, because you don't really want to have to psychoanalyze yourself, because that's going to really drop your ass down to your knees to accept the fact that you like a hard nigga pulling on your motherfucking nuts, And I can't tell my mama that, I like a nigga to drain these nut caps, just suck all the damn crust off the sack.
How do you feel about gay marriage?
I mean, I think that if people love each other and they're honest and they happy, then they should be allowed to be together. I think some heterosexual couples should not be married.
Do you think that, because I remember in one of your videos, and I quoted this actually in one of our recent, you said, do you think that two men can really be successful in a gay relationship? Because you did say that the wedding ring was like a noose around his nuts.
It is, because some men don't want to be married, and they marry women for the wrong reasons, and they know they can't be faithful, or they know they like men. I think it's wrong. I don't think that all men should marry women, because now we know a lot of them don't want to be with no woman. We know a lot of women can't be with one man. That's why polygamous relationships now have gotten so popular, or married couples that swing. Some women are whores. They'll never be with one man. They don't want to be faithful. So it just seems like this is not working for everybody. So that's why I say, what is traditional marriage? Is that the right thing to do? Should we all do it? Now I'm really rethinking that, because I see that it's wrong. Because we're forced in these boxes, and these men are forced to be with these women, and they know that they are miserable inside.
So you would say that gay marriage or gay relationships, it just depends, I guess, on the individual.
You can't force people to love somebody and to feel a sexual attraction towards somebody that they don't. I dealt with a lot of pain, in having men to use me and to hurt me, and they did not want me. Never picking the right men that wanted me. It's like you were a whore, a sex partner, but never a bride. Because I've never been married, so I never knew what it was like, and having to raise my child alone. And I knew that it was from my childhood too. no respect for myself, knowing my footing, not being grounded, not knowing my identity. My mother always saying, "You're nothing,
Right.
and you're never gonna be nothing. Who wants to hear you? You have nothing to say. You're dumb. You're stupid. And I'll always be smarter, and I'll always be better."
How can you still have a relationship today? And I've met your mom, and we did that video at lunch.
Yeah.
I mean, I just fell in love with her.
Yeah.
And this is all prior to the knowledge of
I
the stuff that came out. But still, it's like, how do you, in this day and age, at this point, still maintain what seems to be like a somewhat positive relationship with her?
Well, what was it? I'm not sure if it was the summer, close to the summer, maybe no, it might have been before that. She told me don't ever call her again, and she changed her number.
Okay. You said when you were younger that your cousins molested or abused you, male cousins. Now, are you in contact with any of them now, or have you been in your adult life? Have you ever had an opportunity to confront them about that?
One of them died from AIDS, probably about 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
From sleeping with, men and women. And the other one became a preacher. So I haven't seen him probably maybe 20 years, maybe when I was a teenager. And I was too afraid back then. I would say something now, but I was too afraid because my mother, remember, told me, I'm not going to confront them. Right. I'm going to say something to you, and I'm going to tell your father you're a slut. And I was like, what, this high?
Right.
Okay. And then I would see her laugh and talk with him, and I'm a teenager, so I've gotten bigger. And she, oh, come on in, come on in, Greg, come on in, look around the house. Oh, what you think about the new design? What you think about the new furniture? And I'm standing there and watching, so it's like, go hug your cousin. So I'm hugging him, and I'm just acting like this shit never happened. The girl in the family that gets molested, and now we know the boys too, you're usually the victim. And you're the one that antagonize the sexual interaction. Even though you're the child, you brought it on yourself. You asked for it in some type of way. And then sometimes they look at you as competition. Oh, you said my man touched you and you're 7. Oh, well, you want to screw him, don't you? Yeah, you want to get the attention mommy gets, don't you? You're jealous because I'm the lady of the house and you're the little girl. So I bet you fantasize that you want him to touch your butt or your breast. That's why you're lying on him, right? Because you're jealous. Women do that kind of shit.
So how do you get from the point where you're a child and that's kind of ingrained in your thinking to where you are now, where you're kind of finally freeing yourself from all of that mental and spiritual bondage?
Because it happened over and over and over, and it seemed like every year of my life, I felt worse about myself, and I was taught to pretty it up. So you fix your hair, you wear your makeup, you wear your high heels, and you wear your dresses, and you laugh and you smile like everybody else, and you secretly live a lie. You live that pain, you hide that abuse, you hide that self-hatred, and you cover it up with money and education and things, and you blame yourself for what you didn't have, for what somebody didn't do or said or didn't say. Women are taught to the victim puts everything on yourself. And then as I got older, I realized that, because I had changed my name when I was 35. So it was like 2002. And I remember, it's like around that time, 35, 36, my mother was still abusing me.
How?
Verbally,
verbally, okay.
And emotionally and psychologically. You know how somebody's nice to you one minute and then they act like they don't know you?
Yeah, they tell you they changed the number and they don't call you anymore. Do you think she blames you for her failed relationship with your biological dad?
People ask me that. I think that when she said that Jackie Wilson raped her and he didn't marry her, but she was like 16 and he was already married then. I think he had 4 children in his marriage, and then he was a womanizer. He had slept with a lot of people and had a lot of babies. So I don't know why at 16 she fantasized that, he was going to be with her. And then from what she told me, he didn't like get her pregnant and then say, "You're a liar, it's not mine," disappear. She hid me from him, and he wanted to see me, and she took him a picture, like of my cousin, and he was saying, "This is not my child, I know what my babies look like." When you decide to bring her to me, which is what I really want, I don't want a picture, I will sit down and I'll help you. She said he agreed to help her, and he continued to see her. After she had me, I think she said she saw him for like 3 years. Wow. After she had me, but she kept seeing him with the different women, with the white women. There was women coming in and out of the room. She said she came one night, there was a white woman in the bed with him. He was a whore. I mean, he was a womanizer, and I don't know what his issues were or what he was dealing with, but obviously the entertainment was overwhelming because, I mean, God, I mean, even if, when I look at Jackie Wilson's pictures today, and I see how he moves and he dances, even by our standards today, he'd still be a beautiful man. I mean, men and women would still fuck him. So, obviously, he couldn't handle all of that coming at him, so he just tasted a little bit of everything. He indulged in everything, and I felt that, yeah, things that she would say to me, and she would say that I reminded her of him. I was surprised how many strangers have. I didn't know they would do that. Don't they try to show enough pull your teeth on them in your goddamn business? That's why I just tell my fucking shit. Because they got pictures of me, got pictures of Jackie Wilson, put them beside each other, and start looking at the pictures and like, she looks like him. I don't believe he took her mama pussy, but I believe he got some. Because she looked like him.
So you never got to meet him, that you remember?
I never got to meet him. When I was in high school, that's when they had announced that they had pulled the plug on him. He had been in a coma for a long time, and he died. And I said, I'll never get the opportunity to know him because she kept me away from him. And I always wondered, like, I wondered if I was with my father, if that's my father, would I have gone through this abuse? What would my life have been like if he knew that this woman kept me from him, but then she abused me and, like, dropped me in the projects?
With your grandmother.
Yeah, so that's a lot of stuff that I've had to work through because that really had fucked me up. And I had a lot of self-esteem and self-worth and feeling like I don't know who I am. I don't know if this man's my biological father. I mean, sure, people say I look like him, but still I don't have any proof of this. I have to say alleged. It's like I'll never, unless I meet a relative or something.
What does your birth certificate say? Do you know? Have you seen it?
She didn't have him on there. She had her high school sweetheart to put me in his name. See, that's what I'm saying? It's like the
shame covered up, right?
So convoluted. And I guess that's one of the things that people don't like about me, and even people have said about me. I just tell the truth. Because I grew up in so many webs of lies, and she would use that to keep me confused and to keep me twisted and for control. That I just don't want to do that to anybody. One of my friends had told me, she sent me a story, this white guy, married to his wife, got 3 or 4 children. He was a successful businessman, so he was traveling to Las Vegas a lot and, different places. I don't know how she found out, but this motherfucker was down there getting him some damn prosthetic titties made to put on. The husband. Titties put up big, probably bigger than mine, getting him a pussy made so that he could look like a bitch and dress up for niggas to fuck him, man.
So how do you, what do you do when you come back home? Like, something's a little different, baby.
He hid it, man. He hid it. He had the set done, went to see him a doctor so the doctor can take his dick and cut him into a bitch.
Ugh. I'm just amazed, like, how do you hide that from your
partner? He made a lot of money and he traveled a lot. So she didn't know all of his business and he had been keeping it, I don't know how, some kind of accident. She came up on the damn prosthetic titties and the puss and the ass, and that he admitted he'd been going to a doctor, like seeking hormone therapy and going through seeing a psychiatrist because he said he always wanted to be a bitch. It was always the inner bitch inside the outer nigga, man.
And something else that's been in the media a lot lately has been the bullying, some of the young gay kids committing suicide. What is your take on all that, and why is it finally, I mean, it's been going on forever, so why is it finally, you think, coming to like a head to the masses?
I think because the media, most of the media or the people that control it are gay. and that control the networks in the music industry are gay or bisexual. So of course they're putting the shows out and they're putting the word out, and this is wrong, and making people more comfortable to be vocal that are regular gay people, to speak out on it. If I had a child that's gay, I think it would be better for me, like, to make sure my child, if I can't homeschool or private school my child, that it would have to be a certain type of school that wouldn't tolerate that, when nobody could hurt or mistreat my child. And that if there are not laws in place in that state that I live in to protect my child, to make sure that he or she has gay rights, then I would fight for them, or basically just take my child out of that school to put them in a safe environment, and then teach them how to whoop a motherfucker ass.
Now that's the best advice I've heard all day.
Whoop a motherfucker ass, put them in they damn jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, them nuts, and them motherfucking cocks of them bitches that fuck with my damn child. That, you know, a lot of this gay bullying will stop if these sisters walk around here at 4 and 5 years old or 10 with their tutu on, take that motherfucking beat they goddamn ass with it. This will stop. They think because he twisting that he weak. Right. And then he taking that same. You didn't see this. It's a documentary I seen. I think in the Philippines. They call them like lady boys, China lady boys. This one looked like a cute boy, but he practiced Muay Thai. And they would fuck with him, old fag sis or whatever, because he get in there. He had his whole head done, whole makeup on, lipstick, had his hair and shit, had a little necklace around. He just danced and he bowed in every corner. He come, just smile and shit. And then they come on, woo! Beat they motherfucking ass with that lipstick on. That's how my little boy, I had put a little lipstick and shit on, and this little girl had his flowers on, walking with a little book bag on, and they fuck with him and it's on. They can all get it. They'll stop it right there. Maybe they'll pass a law after these motherfuckers get their ass kicked.
Right, that's what it'll probably take. But I remember, like, when I was growing up, it's like if you got into a fight or somebody bullied you, like, your family would send you back there to kick their ass. Don't come home. Don't come in here.
Or lock the door and make you stand outside and get whooped or fight back.
Right. So I just don't know where we lost all that. I mean, not that I'm condoning violence, but I don't think people need to sit up. I
am because I am. They do that to my child because he gay. Oh no! I wouldn't even complain to the teacher no more. I teach them how to uppercut them motherfuckers in their nuts. Asshole, every damn where else. That's the only. I'm sorry, but violence is the solution for this bullshit. Cause you want to disrespect somebody because they're feminine and they look kids. They can't help themselves, and I definitely wouldn't let that go on and not talk to my child and see that the parents, the teachers of the other people involved are ignoring that, and then let my child feel weak and have a self-esteem problem where they go kill their goddamn self. No, it'd be better yours on the ground or in the hospital than mine in the morgue. They said they want me to talk about doing a video on proper hygiene. They do not want no damn tuna casserole pussy when they go down on it. They told me to do a special alert on it. They coming out now.
Okay, so it does sound like they've begun to reach out to you.
They said they tired of these stinking pussy bitches. They lay down, want them to eat all out their ass. And then they open their leg up and shit and say they can't hardly put their face down up in there because said the pussy be stinking, smelling like damn fish. So they told me to give them a special hygiene update.
Okay, well, when can we look forward to that update?
So, you know, they don't make me turn on them, Lonnell.
Oh.
They've been so damn dirty and doing everything they can to humiliate, blackball, degrade me and my movement. And you know some of them, because I had a lecture in April, this coming weekend, I was supposed to be there. And it's like one of the promoters in Brooklyn told me, well, I mean, Alexyss, the conscious community don't support you anyway. So why don't you just go, we know you was over there at the center last year, you know, in Manhattan with them white sisters and transsexual. Why don't you just go back over there with the white transsexuals in 2011? Because, you know, they'll support you. You know, you have a wide fan base, but we just don't want you over here. So it's noted, motherfucker. And do damn notice, and I took your advice. So I will be back over on that side of town on August 27th, 2011. And I want all the white folks that support me to come out August 27th, 2011 at the damn center in Manhattan. And from 5 to 10 p.m. And we're going to do a lecture. And I'm going to introduce my characters to you in my new sci-fi book, Key Mortal War Science. And you'll get to meet my characters and meet me. Now, I remember this girl, when I put the, I got that video up there, I'm in love with a man that's bisexual. And one girl on Facebook, like a week or so ago, you know, her access to the account is deceased now. R.I.P. bitch. I will block them fuckers in a minute. Because, you know, I never go to other people's page and attack them. But they love to come fuck with me. Because of my view. But I see their view and I don't like it. But I just keep moving.
Right.
I'm like, okay, how can I come to your page and tell you don't say what you say?
Right.
And don't feel what you feel. That shit is crazy. So I had put... I'm in love with a man bisexual, and I was talking about this one of my gay friends who said that he would go. He met the guy in a gay club, straight, so-called straight club here. A lot of gay guys and bisexual guys pick up so-called married straight guys in a straight club. Said that he took the guy home, and the guy was married. His wife was out of town. She doesn't know he sleeps with me, and they got 2 children. And he was like, he was expecting to really get beat down, honey, with all that dick. Said the nigga had about 10 inches of dick. But said he bent over, he wanted that asshole service. He didn't want to use that pipe. He thought he was going to lay that pipe right that night, but he said, no, I want you to give me some motherfucking dick. And he said he was hollering, whining like a fucking bitch. He looked all buff, whining, bent over, doggy style. And let me say, you need to put some more time on here, because I got some shit I want to say.
We got some time.
To all these dirty motherfucking low down ass down black bitches, black sissies, and black heterosexual niggas that be putting me down, laughing at me, and talking about me, and say you don't want to support me, hack my shit, set me up to be fucking hacked, won't buy my fucking book, won't buy my DVD, CD, or come to my lecture. Fuck you!
A lot of people are still like just discovering you, and a lot of us like to go back and see some of those older videos, but we don't know where to find them.
You can see them on alexysktylor.net. I got a special page for my old videos where, you know, Wake Up Bitch, you know, Nut Chronicles, Wake Up Bitch Your Daughter Hole, and all that. That's all.
It was a Warning the Gay Boys on there, the 2-parter.
That's still on my YouTube.
I thought only the part 2 was there, because initially it was 2 videos. And I've been looking for the first part, but I've only been able to find.
Well, you know what I will do, Lonnell, if you want to, I will give you that DVD, and you can upload whatever you want.
Okay, I'll put it up there, because that's how I discovered you. Somebody sent that to me, and I was like, oh, this is such a pretty lady, and so, well, why are they sending this to me, and why can't I watch this at work? She's so. And suddenly I was like, what the fuck she just say? And then I was just laid out on the floor, like, okay, she done. I was like, who is this? And I've been hooked ever since.
You know, and I still can't understand why they get so upset with me and say that I gay bash and hate gay people just because I'm saying these things. I get it from gay people.
Yeah, I remember a lot of that. And people, like, when I first did the interview with you, they're like, why would you interview her? Because she doesn't support gay. And I don't believe that at all. So that's...
How do I disrespect gay people, though?
Right. I personally don't see that. So.
Why am I going to the center again?
Right. So.
In Manhattan. I mean, I could have went somewhere cheaper, because it's damn sure high as fuck over there for the white folk. Well, that's why these men are on the down low, because people like you make fun of them. And I'm just like, I'm really not making fun of the situation. I just hate lies. I hate the dishonesty about it. And then I had put a... story CNN saying that, is it gonorrhea or syphilis? This was just this past December. It's up among black men because they secretly having sex with men. To me, this is an epidemic. It's a problem with men being ashamed of themselves and they're passing sexually transmitted diseases to black women. That's my issue with it, because you're so ashamed of yourself. You are killing black women. Then you say it's their fault because you didn't make me comfortable enough to tell you. That's what I think is fucked up. It's like you don't want to be accountable for your actions. Now your sins have been imparted on this woman. Not the sin of being gay, but the sin of your self-hatred and your fucking lie. And you won't get tested. You meet random men. You get your dick sucked in a car before you go home to your wife for dinner. You won't use a condom with her. You know.
Or with the people you're picking up.
Yeah, because they meet people every day. You don't know what they got. That's a sin. That's a crime against humanity. Got a lot of nasty women that will go and to a fucking swinger, and then her pussy is a damn smorgasbord. She let niggas dig it out, jump up in it, skydive in her stinking ass. I done heard people tell me they go in these damn swingers places. They walk down the hall, they get hit with fish. That's the scent. It's funky, infected, bacterial, built up pussy.
And I think
then go home and be with a bitch and a nigga. This is an epidemic. This pussy eating shit got to stop, man. All this different pussy eating and dick sucking and shit round the damn corner. That's all I'm saying. There was this woman talking to me last night. It's like, oh, why would you want men at your lecture? Why would you want to deal with men on a spiritual level? You need to leave these niggas alone. You need to get with all women, and the women's network got it going on, and the women support the women. But see, I also know what go on with these. Oh, peace and love. We're going to have a sisterhood retreat in the mountains. We're going to do yoga and meditation and relaxations, and we're going to meditate all weekend and have holistic food and juicing and drumming and chanting, and I'm going to eat your pussy all night while you're doing your meditation and your praying mantis stand. That's what's going on in these spiritual groups, man. They try to pull me in. Every time I try to get out, they try to pull me back in. I'm trying to get out.
Oh my goodness.
It ain't just the men. I've been finding out it's these women on that DL shit, that predator pussy licking shit. They on the prowl, trying to get you turned out.
Well, hopefully, I mean, since this is in the headlines a lot more, maybe we will start to see some more acceptance of just people in different lifestyles, and people maybe taking an honest effort to try to educate themselves about other people's lifestyles instead of just judging.
But see, I'm going to judge that. I'm sorry, Lonnell, I'm going to judge that because I don't think it's right to say you have a spiritual retreat for all women, leave men alone, tell them to be spiritual. Y'all got to eat pussy and meditate.
But all the women's groups can't be doing that, can they?
Man, a lot of these spiritual women, they act like they so holy and spiritual and balanced. They don't like men. Just like some of the men's spiritual group, they don't like women, and they have it. See, the shit undercover is slick. The way they promote and put it out there, they don't tell you that it's some undercover damn girl, damn pussy bumping shit. They say it's spiritual, it's rejuvenation. Let's find your inner goddess. Bring her out and nourish her and make her well. And they'll tell you that you need a pussy juice elixir. And you got women eating everybody out, not protecting their mouth, not using no damn dental dam, you know,
right.
All that kind of shit. They spreading shit just like the men are spreading shit. That's what I'm saying that I have a problem with.
And I think it also, there needs to be more education on women to female transmission of, especially like HIV, and, you know, because a lot of that stuff, the government doesn't really tell us, you know, all the different ways. They only tell us about maybe 3 ways of passing it, but there's a lot more, including female to female transmission. I saw a one-woman show, this lady named Conscious. She was out of Miami at that time, and she was infected by a relative actually as a child, female to female. She really talks about it. I mean, her show is powerful. But that whole segment of education about HIV transmission in particular is basically overlooked by the mainstream.
But you know what? You know, we get education around us and condoms every day, but it's still people that meet and have unsafe sex in the park, in the car. They know these things, and then you can talk to, I think, can you talk to the dentist as well as your doctor about the dental dam?
Mm-hmm.
This is stuff that's public information, but a lot of our people still choose to have wild, unsafe, exciting, promiscuous sex with strangers. They don't think about a condom, and we can't say that everybody's getting infected because they don't know.
Right.
You know, people
They're just
are
not being responsible.
I mean, I've just had some women tell me they just, they like pussy on their chin. They like to feel it and walk around, and when they walk, that breeze put it back up in their nose, or that aroma that pussy around their mouth, man.
I haven't talked about this much pussy.
Okay, well,
Ever.
It's some gay men that said they've gotten HIV when they were using a condom with a lover, and then they never knew what it was like to have sex without a condom, so they wanted to try it. You know how sometimes people will do shit because it's taboo?
Mm-hmm. And I even see now, like on some of the websites, people will put ads up for themselves saying they want to have raw sex, they want to have unprotected sex.
Exactly.
And they put that out to like random strangers. So it's like, I don't think people are...
And they will tell you too that they want to have raw sex and they're HIV positive. So since you know, and they want you to come if you're HIV positive too, saying, well, now we both have it, so we don't have to worry about the condoms or infecting each other, when they don't realize there are super strains that are created, and then they'll get a strain that the medicine does not cure. It doesn't suppress it. Mm-hmm. It can't control it. They don't care. So you know if somebody's putting an ad saying, I want raw sex, it's not that they don't know the dangers of it. They don't know about a condom. Because they said raw. So raw opposed to what?
Right. So I don't, and I think that speaks to just that low self-esteem or that low value of self. That if you put something out there like that, it's just, Alexyss, I want to just thank you so much for once again coming out and hanging out with me on 3LWTV. It is always a pleasure. It is always entertaining. It is always educational and off the chain. I don't think I'll ever feel the same way about pussy or fisting ever again. Please continue to support 3LWTV and my wonderful, beautiful friend Alexyss K Tylor. I appreciate you so much.
Now, I've been talking about pussy so much because, I got a secret crush. Lonnell's my gay baby daddy. And I done told Lonnell when he getting ready to leave them dicks alone, he come on home. You know what I'm saying?
Light on for me.
I got it on, baby. Got it on. It been bunny 24/7. Been waiting for me to come in.
I appreciate it. Thanks again, you guys, for tuning in at 3LWTV. I'm Lonnell Williams. Always stand in your light.
Right.
3LWTV.